Hi guys, it's Gab. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be attempting a new series. Hopefully I can keep up with it, but I think I'm going to title it Reviews Under 5 Minutes. I don't know if that's the title that I'm going to stick with, but that's what I'm thinking right now. Anyway, the whole point is to try to review a movie in under 5 minutes and just give you my brief thoughts about it. So today's movie is Annihilation, directed by Alex Garland. It stars Natalie Portman, Gina Rodriguez, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and a couple of other amazing ladies. Annihilation is about a group of women scientists, badass, that go explore this natural phenomenon. It's really hard to explain, but they call it the shimmer, and it's basically this orb thing that has stuff inside. Very hard to explain, and this review is kind of going to be vague only because I can't really talk about much without spoiling anything. It's really fantastic. I absolutely loved it. This had such a unique twist to it. I felt like it was so much more of a narrative than a hardcore sci-fi thriller, which was really interesting, and it kind of took me by surprise. First of all, the cinematography was absolutely beautiful. I felt like some of the camera angles that Alex Garland chose to go with really gave the movie an intimate point of view. I don't know, there were just some shots that I've never seen another movie do before, and it was just so cool. It had an amazing soundtrack, and the acting blew my mind. Like, Natalie Portman, amazing as always. I mean, she's phenomenal. And then Gina Rodriguez, I've only ever seen her in Jane the Virgin. This was such a different role for her, and she kicked ass. I mean, honestly, every single person in this movie really did a fantastic job. And going back to the cinematographer for a moment, there were so many moments where the camera caught this glare that gave the entire movie such like a dreamlike feel to it, which is weird because it also at the same time had this muted kind of mysterious filter, which balanced each other perfectly. I'm pretty sure they used natural elements as well as CGI enhancements, but whatever it was, it looked stunning, especially on the big screen. It was just such a cool experience to be in there and to be watching these beautiful landscapes and beautiful scenery. It was just a stunning film. And then the CGI was fantastic as well, which really surprised me because I usually don't like sci-fi CGI. I feel like it's really cheesy sometimes, but this one actually wasn't too bad, which again took me by surprise. And again, going back to the whole sci-fi thing, even though it did have a lot of sci-fi elements, especially towards the end, it gets very sci-fi. I felt like the movie was so much more intimate and more of a narrative than a sci-fi, which I loved because I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan. You do have those sci-fi elements in there, but I feel like that's where a lot of the disappointment's gonna come in, because I feel like you go into the movie expecting it to be this sci-fi thriller with like guns and aliens and whatever else the sci-fi genre is known for, but it is a very slow-paced movie. It is a very slow build, and I personally enjoyed that a lot. The first act is super slow, and then obviously as the acts progress, the movie progresses and the narrative progresses and the action progresses, and there are some moments where your heart is beating. There are some moments where you're not as involved. It just gave it a very unique touch. You're either going to love the fact that it didn't follow the typical sci-fi genre, or you're either going to hate it. I personally thought it was fantastic. My only complaint is this weird subplot that the movie had, which actually one of the movie YouTubers that I watch mentioned it as well. I will leave his video linked down below. I mean, like, he has over 1 million subscribers. You all know who he is. But basically there were these weird scenes, flashbacks, dreams, I don't even know what they were, between Natalie Portman's character and this other character that she's like sexually involved with. They were weird and they were out of place, and you did not need them to make this story any more relevant or substantial or whatnot. Whatever they were trying to do, it was weird. It was out of place. Whenever one of the scenes would pop up, I would like cringe, because not because of the actual scenes itself, but because of like how weirdly they were placed. But that's really my only complaint about it. Other than that, I would definitely rate this movie a 4 out of 5. Go see it, especially if you're a sci-fi fan. Keep in mind that it does not follow the typical sci-fi rules. Nonetheless, it was a great film with great acting, great writing, a great soundtrack, great cinematography. Definitely worth your time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to do more videos really soon. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, but I will hopefully be back to making normal videos very soon. Yeah, I will catch you guys next time.